And it feels so good. It feels so good. Here's what Viktor Frankl said. He says, everyone has his own specific vocation or mission in life. Everyone must carry out a concrete assignment that demands fulfillment. Therein, he cannot be replaced, nor can his life be repeated. Thus, everyone's task is as unique as his specific opportunity to implement it. I had a good friend of mine, he's actually in the ministry. He texted me today, and he didn't know I was talking about this at all, but he texted me and it was interesting. He texted me and he said, I asked my son, his son is about 3 years old. He said, I asked my son, and he's in the ministry, but he asked his son, he says, you think you want to be a pastor one day? And he said his son looked at him with all the sincerity and all the seriousness and said, no, I want to be a robot. I thought that was so fitting since we're talking about living your life purpose. Well, we begin to share some of the things that I feel that will help you to know your purpose, find your place in life and in your work and in your career. Remember we read Proverbs chapter 27, verse 19, which says, as a face is reflected in water, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation, it says, as a face is reflected in water, so the heart reflects the person. Now, the heart represents your desires, your innermost passions and desires. And so the Bible is simply saying, just as the water will reflect your face, your heart will reflect what you really love. It'll reflect who you really are. It'll reflect what your passions really are. It'll reflect why you're really here and your purpose in life and your calling in life. And so we are to, number one, find out where our passion is. Find out what it is you really love. What it is you really love. Remember, I read this quote, and I read it again. I thought it was so good. Whit Hobbs said, success is waking up in the morning, whoever you are, wherever you are, however old or young, and bounding out of bed because there's something out there that you love to do, that you believe in, that you're good at, something that's bigger than you are, and you can hardly wait to get at it again today. That's what success is. So that's the passion of loving what you do, going after, trying to figure out what is it that I love to do. John Maxwell said, find your passion and follow it. That is all the career advice you will ever need. Find out what it is. What is it that you really love? What is it that you really love? What makes you come alive? What is it that you really enjoy doing, that you just lose track of time when you're doing it because the hours just go by like minutes? Think about that and begin to analyze that in your life. What is it I really love? What is it I would do even if I didn't get paid for it? What is it I would do because that's who I am? So you begin to find that out. Your heart will reveal who you are. Your heart will reveal your purpose. I remember a gentleman. He actually did a financial seminar here for us one year, and I spoke with him after the seminar, and he said, man, I love what I do so much. He says, often I find myself working till 11 o'clock at night because I've lost track of time because I'm having such fun loving what I do. I said, wow, I love to talk to people who are in their calling, who are in their career calling, in their work calling, people who love it. Most people are working just to get a check. They're working to put food on the table, and that's understandable, and I don't knock that. I think that's good, it's honorable. We should all work. But most people never take the time to figure out, what is it I really love? Most people never really have a vision for what they're to do. Most people never really have a vision for their life. Where is it I really want to go? What is it I really want to do? Most people never really take the time to figure that out, and then you begin to map out your course. Once you know exactly what it is you want to be or what is it you want to do, you find out what it takes to be there, to get there, to find out the degree you need, the education you need, the schooling, the training you need, find out the experience you need, and begin to follow your steps to make it happen. Most people never take the time. They just go out looking for a job and they'll accept the first thing that they can get because they got to pay the bills, and that's understandable. But there is a unique balance there of being able to pay the bills but yet find your passion in life and pursue your passion in life. And the reason for that is, I'm gonna tell you the reason for that, why it's so important to do what you love. It's important to do what you love, and I'll tell you this because I ran across this study, and it said this. It says, only 1 in 7 people are very satisfied in their jobs. Only 1 in 7 people are very satisfied in their job. Now, here's the danger in that. Job dissatisfaction leads to unnecessary stress. Now, here's the danger of too much stress from job dissatisfaction. A study was done in 1995 by the University of Pittsburgh, and they found that high levels of job stress contributed to elevated fibrinogen levels. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Fibrinogen levels. Fibrinogen levels. Now, I was saying that just so smoothly at home, and I get up here and I just can't even pronounce it. Fibrinogen levels. Fibrinogen level. Turn to your neighbor and say fibrinogen level. Now, here's the problem with fibrinogen levels. Fibrinogen levels reflect your body's blood clotting ability, and abnormally high levels of that substance are believed to contribute to coronary heart disease. Now, so dissatisfaction in a job leads your blood clotting system to get off track. In other words, when you have high levels of that chemical in your body because of you're stressed out at work, it leads eventually to heart disease or coronary disease. And that's why they say most people in America have heart attacks on Monday mornings because they don't want to go to work. And so they'd rather die than go to work. So that's why it's important to do what you love to do. That's why it's important to be excited about going to work, be excited about your occupation, to be excited about your job. So we talked about finding your passion, and pursuing your passion. I recall being at Emory University I was sitting in on a religion class, and the professor, I had a chance to talk to the professor after the class. I was just a guest sitting in on the class, and when I talked to this lady, as a female professor, and she was just bubbling over, she said, "Can you believe that I get the chance to talk about God all day and I get paid for it?" She was so excited. She said, "Can you believe?" In other words, she said, "Man, I'm in my dream. I'm in my dream job." She said, "I get to talk about God all day and I get paid for it." She said, "Can you believe that?" And she was so excited. And so passion is so important. You have to do what you love. You got to do what you love. Otherwise, you're going to create a lot of job stress. I had a friend of mine, he emailed me, and he was telling me about his wife. He said, "My wife is a nurse, but she hates nursing." He said, "She really wants to be a French teacher, but she's afraid she won't make the money she makes as a nurse, but she is irritated, she's bitter, she's angry, she's fussing at me, she's fussing at the kids, she's tired, she's worn out, she hates what she does, but her heart tells her that she's a teacher." I told him, I said, man, life is too short. Tell your wife to pursue her dream, pursue her passion. Even if it costs her to sacrifice some salary, she'll be happier and healthier and more fulfilled and content. Your family is going to be happier. The kids going to be happier. You're going to be happier. She's going to be happy. I said, it's worth the sacrifice. Tell her to look into her dream, to follow her passion, to do what she loves. It's not worth it. I want you to go to airjesus.com. You can listen to this message number 7486, Living with Passion, Part 7. You can listen to it in its entirety. You can also email it to a friend absolutely free of charge. Thank you so much for joining us today at Brothers of the Word, because, brother, you need the Word.
Hallelujah. Brothers of the Word, when the voice of God is heard. Brothers of the Word, there's a word from God for everyone. Brothers of the Word, because, brother, you need the Word. Brothers of the Word.
Brothers of the Word, where the voice of